Let's try to understand on how to apply grid-related CSS styling with the help of Tailwind. I'm going to again create an div inside my app.jsx. Under this div, I'm going to have multiple other divs. Before I try to create the children divs under this parent div, first let me apply some styling to this parent div. After the class name, I'm going to type a utility class with the name grid. With the help of grid, we are making this div to display as a grid. Inside CSS, what is a grid? With the help of grid, we should be able to display the data using row and column format. Under my grid, I can define how many columns it should have. For the same, I need to type grid hyphen columns. For the columns, the shortcut is COLS followed by I'm going to mention -3. Since I'm looking to have only 3 columns under my grid, I'm trying to use this class. And in between each of the column, I want to have a gap. That's why I'm trying to use a utility class with the name gap -4. And this is going to create a gap of 16 px or 1 rem between each column. And towards the end, I'm going to apply margin top 4 units with the help of empty-4. Under this div, I'm going to build 3 different children divs. Let me copy the same line multiple times. In total, I have 3 children divs, and to these divs, I'm going to apply some styling. Let me type class name followed by I'm going to apply some background color, which is of type BG blue -200 with a padding of 4 units in all the directions and with the text color of type red -700. And under this div, I'm going to have a text which is 1. Similarly, I'm going to have content 2 and 3 under other divs. Let me try to apply some styling for these divs as well. For the second div, I'm going to apply background blue 400 followed by P-4, which is the padding, and I'm not going to apply any text color. These are all the random classes that I'm trying to use so that when you see the demo, you're going to understand how these utility classes, they are playing a role behind the scenes. Let me copy this entire class name and apply the same to the last div that I have. For this, I'm going to apply BG blue 600 color followed by I'm going to mark my text as white. Let me save these changes and go to the browser. Inside the browser, this is how my grid is looking like. So there is a grid with the 3 columns. For the first grid, I have mentioned the text color of type red. That's why this text is being displayed with red. And by default, the text color is going to be black. That's why the same is being displayed here. For the last div, the text color as white. That's why we have this text color in white color. And there is a gap of 4 units between all these divs. This is how we can build a grid. In the similar lines, we can also build flex as well. What is flex? With the help of flex, we can only display the data in a unidirection. You can display the data either in row style or in column style. Whereas with the grid, it is possible to display the data both in row and column style. Let me create a div towards the end, and this div, it is going to have a class with the name flex. So this is a utility class which is responsible to display the div using this CSS. After flex, I'm going to use a class which is justify-center. Anytime if you are looking to justify the elements, you need to use this prefix justify. Since I'm looking to display all my elements in the center, I'm using the justify-center. And each of the items inside my flex, I want them also to be centered. That's why I'm trying to use items-center, which is another utility class available in Tailwind CSS framework. Followed by, I'm going to have a gap of 4 between each of the items. And I'll also type h-20, which is going to bring some height of 20 units to the items present inside the flex. After h20, I'm going to apply bg-gray color with the 300 transparency. And towards the end, I'm going to apply empty-4. Let's see the demo of our div in the browser. Inside this flex div, I can have the elements to display either using column or using row style. Let me create some items inside this div. I'm going to create a paragraph element. Let me create two more paragraph elements. Under the first paragraph, I'm going to have a text with the value text1 followed by I'm going to have text2 under the second paragraph, and inside the last paragraph, I'm going to have text3. After mentioning this text, I need to style my paragraph. Let me type class name and mention text hyphen XL. XL means extra large, followed by font hyphen bold. I can try to copy the same styling under the next two paragraph elements. Let me do the same for last one. Now, if I go to the browser, all the elements like text1, text2, and text3, they are being displayed in a horizontal or in a row style because row style is the default display inside the Flex. One primary advantage of Flex is the items will be placed and adjusted dynamically based upon the space available. That's why the name Flex. Flex means flexible. As I said before, inside Flex, we can also display the items in vertically, which means using column style. Let me show you how to do the same. There is a utility class. If you type flex hyphen, you'll be able to see there are some utility classes. Flex hyphen row will display the items in horizontally using row style, which is the default option. If I select flex hyphen row, there won't be any differences. The elements are being displayed very similarly. There is also a flex row reverse, which is going to display your elements in an reverse order, like text3 will come first, text2 will come second, and text1 will come towards the end. In case if you are looking to display the elements using column style, we just need to type flex hyphen col. And this is how my flex div is being displayed right now. The div is not automatically adjusted because we restricted the height to 20 units. If I remove this class, the div height is going to be automatically adjusted. We can apply some padding. Maybe what I can do is I'll try to use p-4 for displaying my flex items in a better manner. Now my flex is looking better. After grid and flex, we can also explore on how to display the tabular data as well. Inside the documentation, we can search for table, and with that, there is an option table layout. Let me select the same. There are two utility classes around the table layout with the name table-auto and table-fixed. Here there is also an example. Maybe what I can do is I'll try to take this table as a reference and I'll try to style it further and display inside our web page. I have prepared a table content along with the styling. Let me paste after the last div, and if I save this is how the table is going to look like. I'll show you the CSS class names that I have used very quickly. Right now, all my CSS class names are folded. This is too annoying for me at this point of time because I want to show you all of them at once. What I can do is I'll go to extensions and I'll open Tailwind fold and disable it for now. Followed by, I'm going to click on these restart extensions. Let me go to app.jsx, and this time I'll be able to see the complete class names. First, I have used table-auto, which is going to automatically adjust the table column size. Next, I'm trying to use this w-full, which means I want to display my table by taking the entire width available inside my screen. Followed by border collapse. With the help of border collapse, we're going to apply same border for the adjacent elements. The adjacent elements, they are not going to get two separate borders. They are going to use the same single border. Next, we have enabled the border, and we are also using empty-4, which means margin top 4. And table is going to have a border of gray 300, and it is also going to have shadow of large. And at last, we are trying to use rounded large. This is the entire border that we have applied to our table. Next, let's try to understand how I have applied styling for the table header. Under the TH, there is a TR element. To this TR element, I'm trying to use background 200 with the text color as gray 700. All the text will be in uppercase. With the help of this uppercase utility class, we can display the entire text in uppercase letters. Text-sm is going to display the text in a small size. With the help of leading-normal, we are setting a line height of 1.5 units. For each column header, with the help of this TH, we are trying to apply styles like border gray 300, px-6 and py-3 and text-center. This is how this entire row is developed. Since we are using uppercase and text center, the column values are being displayed like this. Next, let's try to understand how this row data is built. After the T head, we started T body, which is the table body. For the table body, we're trying to use the class names like text gray 600, text SM, and the font is light. For the first row data, we're trying to use border B. Border B means we're only going to get the border at the bottom. With the B, we are telling bottom. Usually, if we want for the entire element, we mention border, but with the border -b, we're trying to get the border only at the bottom. The border color is going to be border gray 200, and on hover, we want the background color to change to BG gray 100. And there is a animation class which we are trying to use, which is transition. So whenever someone is trying to hover on my row data, the background color is going to change, and you'll also see a small animation. Under this TR row, we are trying to have multiple data with the help of this TD. This TD, they have these CSS like PX-6, PY-3 border, and with the border color as gray 300. If I try to hover on this first element, the background is being changed. By default, all of my rows, they are going to get the background from the body, but when I hover, the background is getting changed. Whereas for the second row data, we're trying to have a background color with a gray 50. If someone is trying to hover, we are trying to use background color gray 100. So this is how you can use hover, focus while you're trying to apply Tailwind utility classes. You just have to type what is the action like hover, focus followed by colon. After the colon, you need to mention the class name. And the last row data CSS is same as the first row data CSS. I hope this is all making sense to you. I'm assuming you're seeing the power of Tailwind CSS. By using all these utility classes, we should be able to build our UI components instantly without writing any CSS code from scratch.